Dr. Deepa Dahake, NEET Biology, and in today's session we are continue with our previous topic mineral nutrition. As in last session we study about the nitrogen cycle, and the nitrogen cycle when we study at that time one of the most important phase of nitrogen cycle is nitrogen fixation. So that nitrogen fixation mainly बायोलॉजिकल फिक्सेशन आप सभी को याद होगा दैट इन नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन वी स्टडी थ्री मोड्स ऑफ फिक्सेशन बायोलॉजिकल फिक्सेशन सेकेंड इंडस्ट्रियल फिक्सेशन एंड थर्ड इलेक्ट्रिकल फिक्सेशन सो नाउ टुडे we mainly discuss about biological nitrogen fixation. Now as the name indicate, biological nitrogen fixation means the fixation of atmospheric nitrogen is predominantly take place with the help of living beings. Now what kind of living beings? ये question raise होता है कि when we say the nitrogen fixation is take place by the activity of living, then it is called as biological nitrogen fixation. So what kind of living? Whether they are prokaryotic or eukaryotic. So conceptually you remember very well that only prokaryotic cells are having a capacity to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. In prokaryotic kingdom you all are remember from that is Monera is the prokaryotic kingdom, and from that kingdom bacteria and blue-green algae are the two members which show the capacity to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. So here we study when biological nitrogen fixation. So first we study about the microorganism. So the microorganisms which involve in nitrogen fixation biological, they are commonly called as biological nitrogen fixer. Now these nitrogen fixers, you remember, these fixers which fix the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia and then with the help of other bacteria convert into nitrite and nitrate. These nitrogen biological fixers are either they are aerobic or they are anaerobic. When we study about aerobic and anaerobic, so mainly you remember these nitrogen fixers are predominantly free living in nature. So free living as well as one another category you study, that is a symbiotic nitrogen fixers. So free living first we study, aerobic microbes when we study for a biological nitrogen fixation. So here you remember one is Azotobacter and the second is Begerincia. These two bacteria you remember they are aerobic and free living. When we come towards the anaerobic and free living bacteria, so here you remember the Rhodospirillum. Rhodospirillum is the important bacteria which comes under the anaerobic. Secondly, Bacillus आप पढ़ते आ रहे हैं कि Bacillus is the another bacteria which is free living bacteria. When we come towards the nitrogen fixers as a symbiotic, so here you remember blue-green algae. Blue-green algae when we study, so one another category for the nitrogen fixation is blue-green algae. In blue-green algae, two important member you remember, Nostoc as well as Anabaena. So Nostoc and Anabaena you remember the two blue-green algae or cyanobacteria, Anabaena. So these are the two blue-green algae which involve in the process of biological fixation, and these members are also comes under the free living. Mostly when they present in soil they are free living, otherwise in under symbiotic association they fix the nitrogen. Similarly the nitrogen fixers which are comes under the category of symbiotic. So second category, this is the first category of nitrogen microorganism which fix nitrogen, that they are free living. The second category you remember The second category is symbiotic nitrogen fixation. So symbiotic nitrogen fixers or nitrogen fixator आप कह रहे हैं. So nitrogen fixers you remember. So when we study about these, so symbiotic nitrogen fixations, two examples we study here. One example is Rhizobium Leguminosarum, but Rhizobium you simply remember. And second example आप study करते हैं. That second example predominantly you remember. The second example is Frankia. And Frankia, what is now the difference between the Rhizobium and Frankia? Because both are responsible for symbiotic nitrogen fixation. So Rhizobium fix nitrogen in leguminous plant. Examples of leguminous plant: pea, beans. लिंसेट्स आप स्टडी कर रहे हैं, काउ पी स्टडी करते हैं, काउ बीन स्टडी करते हैं, देन अल्फाल्फा आप स्टडी कर रहे हैं. नंबर ऑफ प्लांट्स आर देयर. ऑल दीज प्लांट्स यू रिमेंबर, दीज आर द leguminous plant, and the Rhizobium symbiotically fix the nitrogen in leguminous plant. But when we come towards the Frankia, so Frankia you remember, Frankia fix the nitrogen in non-leguminous plant. This is the major difference. So the Frankia involve or show the symbiotic association with non-leguminous plant, and the name or the symbiotic association of Frankia is present with most important part for your NEET exam as well as in theory also. 1 marks question asked that which of the non-leguminous plant show the symbiotic association with Frankia. So here you remember Alnus is the plant, non-leguminous plant. This is, so Alnus is the plant where in the root of Alnus Frankia bacteria grow symbiotically and fix the nitrogen. Now one of the most important thing regarding the Rhizobium and Frankia, you remember, inside the root Rhizobium and Frankia both are grow as a symbiotic bacteria, but when they grow in soil, that means they are not present inside the root. At that time you remember, when they grow in soil, at that time the Rhizobium and Frankia are free living. So this thing you remember, this is a classical example that when they are present in soil, they are free living, but inside the root of higher plants, both the bacteria are anaerobic, as well as you remember, both the bacteria mainly show the symbiotic association. So this part you remember. Now we come towards the Rhizobium, that how does Rhizobium play significant role in nodule formation, because when Rhizobium involved in nitrogen fixation, so in leguminous plant responsible for the one important structure that is called as root nodule. So here you remember we study about nodule formation, and this process of nodule formation we mainly study in leguminous plant, that you remember. Now nodule formation before we study, before that you remember Rhizobium mainly belongs to a bacillus category of bacteria, or you simply remember it as rod shaped bacteria. One most important thing when we come towards the species, so Rhizobium we commonly study Leguminosarum, because the bacteria only grow inside the leguminous plant. Now what is the reason, this question commonly raised, that what is the reason that Rhizobium is only growing in leguminous plant but it is not grow in other plant which not belongs to the family Leguminaceae. So here you remember in root of legume plant, most important part, in root of legume plant pink color pigment or this pigment is proteinaceous pigment. So pink color proteinaceous pigment, leg hemoglobin is present. So this you remember, this leg hemoglobin is present, and because of the presence of this leg hemoglobin, the rhizobium bacteria is grow inside the root of leguminous plant. Now what is the role of this leg hemoglobin? So whenever we use the term leg hemoglobin, so you remember leg hemoglobin is oxygen scavenger. This is one of the again 2-3 line for your theory purpose as well as your competitive purpose NEET 2020 के लिए जो prepare कर रहे हैं. For those student also you remember the leg hemoglobin is an oxygen scavenger, and this leg hemoglobin absorb entire oxygen from the cortex cells of the root. Because of that the rhizobium is grow, because rhizobium fix nitrogen only under the anaerobic condition, and this leg hemoglobin when function as an oxygen scavenger, then only nitrogenase enzyme. Already in macro and micronutrients when we study, so we already study nitrogenase is required the molybdenum. तो आप स्टडी करते हैं कि molybdenum is essentially required for the activity of nitrogenase. So then only nitrogenase enzyme become active, because nitrogenase you remember only activate under anaerobic condition. So this part you remember, nitrogenase is only activate under anaerobic condition, and to develop such anaerobic condition or to develop oxygen, complete absence of oxygen in cell, here the oxy scavenger leg hemoglobin is present, and this leg hemoglobin is only allowed to grow the bacteria inside the rhizobium. So this much you remember regarding the rhizobium and nodule formation inside the leguminous plant, as it is statement by statement you remember very well. And now we come towards the mechanism of nodule formation. So we study here how does the nodules are formed inside the roots of legume plant. This is the outermost epidermis. From this epidermis, as we know, a single layer, unicellular root hairs are formed, and around these root hairs of the legume plant, and these are the cells of the cortex. A multi-layer cortex you all are knowing. Epidermis is immediately followed by the cortex, and multi-layer cortex is present inside the epidermis. Now the root hair is present in soil, and in this soil you remember mostly the rhizobium bacteria are growing. So these rhizobium bacteria you remember, the rhizobium bacteria when comes in contact with root hair, so in root hair one hook-like structure is developed. This hook of the rhizobium or hook of the root is the indicator that root hairs are formed, and root hair develop a peg-like or hook-like structure. So this hook-like structure is formed, and hook-like structure of the root indicate that the rhizobium is present, and from this hook now the rhizobium are start to enter inside the cells of the cortex. So first they enter in the root hair, then they enter into the epidermis, and after that epidermis they get enter inside the cells of cortex. So from cortex they move towards the endodermis as well as pericycle up to pericycle, that means except to vascular tissue of the root, entire cells of the root show the presence of rhizobium, and here the rhizobium enter And one thing you remember, this structure which is formed due to the penetrance of root hair by rhizobium bacteria, this is called as infection thread. So formation of infection thread is nearly confirm the process of legume formation. This part you remember. Now inside one of the cortex cells, for example, we only study one of the, but inside the cortex cells as well as inside the cells of pericycle, these two cells you very well remember, the cortex cells and pericycle cell. So inside the cortex cells and inside the pericycle cell, the bacteria start to divide, as well as it also develop some changes in the cells of cortex and the cells of pericycle. Because of that, the cells of this region also start to divide, and due to excessive growth of the bacteria, here the bacterial colonies are formed, and these bacterial colony either we appear in this way or inside a single cell a large number of bacterial colony are appear. These bacterial colonies are called as bacteroids. So bacteroids are formed. Bacteroids, you remember, are formed in cortex and pericycle cell, and because of the excessive growth of bacteria and excessive division of the cortex and pericycle outside the root, these structures are appear as a nodule. So primary root, you remember, never undergoes in modification. Only the secondary and tertiary branches of the root show the nodule-like pink color, nodule-like structures are appear through surface of secondary and tertiary branches. So this part you remember, such nodules when develop on the root, then the root is called as nodulose root. And secondly, nodulose root is predominantly leguminous plant study कर रहे. Leguminous plants are the dicot. In dicot, the root is taproot. So here you remember, in taproot we already study the modifications of taproot. At that time also we study about the nodulose root. तो ये part आप याद रखिए. What is bacteroid? Bacteroids, you remember, the colonies of bacteria rhizobium grow inside the cortex cells and pericycle cell, and because of excessive growth the nodules are appear. So colonies of bacteria are originally called as bacteroid. So this much you remember, that the first bacteria comes in contact with root hair, the peg-like structure or hook-like structure is formed at the tip of root hair, and from that hook the bacteria start to enter inside the cortex cells or the leguminous root, and formation of infectious thread or infection thread nearly confirm that the in cortex and in pericycle the bacteroid or colony of bacteria are to be formed. So this much process you remember. NCERT provide one diagram and very good explanation provided just below the diagram. So the description of diagram, you also go through the description, that is more than sufficient for the process of nodule formation. Okay, so this much you remember for that. After that, in this chapter, that one reaction is provided, so that reaction you prepare very well. The reaction is explaining the mechanism and requirement of the nitrogen fixation in leguminous plant. So how does nitrogen fixation is take place, that you remember. And after that, one diagram is there. According to that diagram, you prepare that how does the process of nitrogen fixation is take place. So when we study about the process of nitrogen fixation, so here you remember the diagram is somewhat like this. This is the nitrogenase enzyme. This nitrogenase enzyme show the two binding sites. Binding sites are always available for the substrate. Substrate, here you remember, nitrogen is the substrate for this nitrogenase enzyme. So now what is happening? This is the nitrogenase enzyme which present inside the cell of bacteria, rhizobium bacteria, and bacteria is present inside the root of the leguminous plant. Now the nitrogen bind to the nitrogenase at its binding site and then it undergoes in reduction. So first reduction means two hydrogens आपके आके यहाँ पे bind होंगे and after that यहाँ पे due to first reduction simply I explain in one diagram only. First time when reduction is take place, due to one reduction you remember here the one hydrogen bond is releases and then the one hydrogen is bind. Second reduction is take place, the second hydrogen bond is free and covalent bond in between the nitrogen and then the hydrogen is reduces the nitrogen. Then third, when the third reduction is take place, the covalent bond between the nitrogen atom is completely removed and it is replaced by the third hydrogen atom, and after that nitrogenase break the substrate into product and upon that the NH3 molecule is formed. So in this way ये reactions provide है आपके book में that so actually nothing is there in that reaction. 3 time reduction of nitrogen is take place. For that time 3 time hydrogen is enter. ये explain किया है because of that diagram was a quite long and elaborative है. This part you remember and again the enzyme is remain free in its original form and this enzyme you remember again start the reaction. So this nitrogenase enzyme already clear है. Nitrogenase the small amount of enzyme you remember, the small amount of enzyme is required to convert substrate into product. So here nitrogen is a substrate, nitrogenase is an enzyme and 2 molecules of ammonia are the product which are formed by the regular 3 reductions of the nitrogen. So this much part you remember for the biological nitrogen fixation. And with this topic one fate of ammonia is there. So fate of ammonia, that how does ammonia is utilized in plant, that we will study when we study about the protein synthesis in class 12th syllabus. So this much part you remember कि how does the nitrogen is utilized in plant and in all living being. One time if you have a time so you go through the entire chapter through the NCERT. जाना ही है, टाइम की बात नहीं है क्योंकि स्टडीज ही आपके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है. Other than study, try to avoid all the works and all the things. ठीक है, so first you concentrate on study. So one time in one sitting you go through the entire chapter. Wherever you feel any difficulty, so you one time again go through the all entire topics of the mineral nutrition, whatever I explain here. Okay, so with new session when I come, so by that time you stay motivated, stay connected. New जो students आज से join हुए हैं उनको channel को subscribe करना है, like my videos, and again I am repeatedly saying if you feel any doubts, queries, so feel free to ask all those doubts. So from next session, because photosynthesis already most of the topics of photosynthesis and respiration are already completed. So we will begin the next unit and next new topic from the next session. So stay motivated and stay blessed.